Haven't seen no.
Jermell. Welterweight.
Touch him up, come out of the.
Both these guys match the reach.
Exactly. A lot of respect for going there and doing anything really.
You can have that last name. Yes.
Charlo,
and he's
Atlantic City. A lot of people had Hopkins winning that fight. It was the rest about the Bradley story. What happened with that? I got in that Holt decision that
Very
night.
true.
And it sometimes it boils down to.
And I thought Charlo would come
First round, no hard punch. Hopkins good.
to see if he can get Charlo to drop his hands.
You have to be effective with a jab.
Probably all 10 came from right hands.
Exactly.
Gave us Hopkins' game plan. And
Whoa, stop!
That right hand's what he wants to do.
Is a straight right, impetuously, and maybe hopefully run into something.
All right, free up those hands. Free 'em up. No.
Wants Charlo to go.
Let Hopkins moving in the correct work toward the action.
Charlo has a very, very good jab, but that jab has been far less experienced at being able to land the jab and in previous bouts.
Anybody who's going to get a little frustrated, it would be Charlo. Get him from the counter. Hopkins.
Absolutely.
And the first time he's been Hopkins where. Very well so. Charlo's going to have to move, found a way to put his, let the young stronger. You're going to try to use your
Score the second round for somebody. I'd give it to Charlo. Hopkins' lateral movements is
cut off the ring. You've seen more of the setup as other punches. He's not going to win the fight with.
absolutely. Doesn't quite have the timing yet to catch Hopkins clean. He's looking.
The round's breezing quickly by. What Charlo's got to do.
Toward the third round for Hopkins. That was a Hopkins round.
The Home Depot Center. Orange trim. Downstairs. I've been looking for a little body action too. You got a guy in there who's Hopkins. And so far it hasn't been.
He's fighting a veteran's fight. Power.
To double up on that jab, they feel like, but it had more, a little bit tight. Go. I mean, to cut off the ring, he's going to have to press the action.
And you don't beat a ring general, because really ring generalship is what a fighter does with his footwork. Defense is a part of it. Has those 2 wins or in every round, whether he was effective.
Doubled up on the jab. Better round so far for Charlo.
Purists will appreciate.
Yeah.
Rosito Lopez, Pedro and
Do a record in every round. Things he'll say, well, how can I become a step above all? Can't let him dictate what he wants. This fight, I'm going to ask you to put you into 5 rounds.
with 1 even, that being the opening round. At least one of the 3 official scorecards. Hopkins lets his right hand go more. If he tries to sneak.
Well, it goes here. Halfway through round number 6.
Try to outwork an older fighter than a
Crowd hits what he's hit all night. Nothing.
To fight that's going to prepare. And we keep using ring general.
That's exactly what he's up against. And we heard it later rounds come. We're almost half. Your scoring so far cannot be based on the hard. Hopkins dictate through 6 rounds the way he wants it. Look, but right hand right back at him. The first lead right there. I would like to
Create opportunities.
Doug Fisher said.
Hands go again. Oh, that was a nice 1-2 from Charlo.
Charlo needs to step outside of those ropes now. Turn it around right there. Good right hand there.
Yeah, he started looking
Into the fight a little bit. Nice right hand right there. Round number 7. Right there.
Jermell Charlo
There's the counter.
getting countered later in the round. Jermell Charlo, which almost causes Hopkins in round 7. We'll see if that.
This is stuck right there in his cheek.
It's hard.
Ronnie Shields has been very concerned.
His lead foot and solid.
Right.
That's what.
Boxer right here.
Cagey for a young fighter.
Hopkins continues to serve. Never will go back and figure out he's going to need a little
Body punches. You need to have a hook.
Remember, he's only had 20 professional.
Going to have to come on very strong. The crisp 1-2.
He's from the school of W's a W. Carson, California.
A fight, but
He can do. Jab, try to throw the, that's a jab disconnected.
I'm sure if Hopkins has the power to hurt Charlo. Now, Hopkins wasn't known in this fight. In these previous 8 rounds.
And that's the way you see these veterans like Hopkins do around out. But then
There was a lull.
that's round number 9. Riding on a young career.
Trying to set up a right hand, but
Charlo is a little bit wide. When you get a little bit frustrated and you throw your shots a little bit wide and here in his final 3 rounds.
And he really can't afford that because Hopkins is such
Perfect. And just Hopkins doing anything real.
from Hopkins. Don't get hit. Land your punches. And I would say Hopkins has controlled the distance as well.
That's what I said. And I think, like I've said, and he's going to have to learn how to go to the issue. Next thing you know, you get counted. Almost as if he was trying to move in and throw a lead right.
If Charlo loses this fight, it won't just be much of the boxing world because I think a lot of
He knew that.
and they hadn't really seen his technique remained. Fighter from the outside. He's mixing it up a little bit more at this heavy.
Scoring corner.
I think both corners all night have told their fight doing a better job executing.
And maybe, you know, at this young age, maybe such a bad thing, really.
He's only 23 years old.
Along the way, like the Pernell Whitakers of
Certain things, because for 20 fights on the outside, that is what got rid of the 10 opponents. And now with this fight, he's learning a bit more to my arsenal. I'm going to have to add to. That's only going to serve him going forward.
If you look at this, well, there's
On the comeback fights from Hopkins.
it's a continued comeback for Demetrius Hopkins.
Full body.
Doesn't
Doesn't have the dynamic fast for any 154-pounder out there.
people to think when they say, oh, finally found out. He walks away like he's strolling. It looked just fine. Number 11.
Another frustrating round from Jermell Charlo. He's trying, but
Fight.
now my scorecard is very unofficial with Southern California judges. They're used to as often as he would like to.
What I
But
like,
maybe they gave it to him, so maybe it's closer on their score.
he's throwing more punches. He's more aggressive. Now this is gonna. Hopkins stood out there for a full minute and traded in the center.
Charlo, but I mean, I think he's confident because Charlo has not landed that punch.
Now or never. He hasn't had a lot to do in this fight. By the pace of D-Hop.
For the most part,
Yep.
his jab, an occasional right hand, sometimes a lead right.
On the chin with him down. What he wanted to do was in. Seconds left in this fight. I don't think it's going to be a crowd pleaser, to say the least.
Still undefeated.
Demetrius